name, so as soon as I get that confirmed, I will update it. Look at this at the moment. Lamia has managed to pick up Ashe, and that's very scary because Lamia's Ashe is immensely strong. Shushe sitting on Jax 4-0-1 at the moment. 7,000 gold lead at the 15-minute mark. Galio 1v1ing Mordekaiser in the middle. And it just looks like everything's going right for Fnatic at the moment. Team's name is Metalstorm. So, team... Oh, they do get a counter kill back. The Graves Impale, or Strana's Impale, is going to hold Shushe in place just for a little bit. But not long enough to really do anything. Finally, Shushe goes down in the background. But is it enough? Now they've turned their attention to Cyanide. Phalanx is channeling that Absolute Zero. It's a very, very good channel, but unfortunately not much ability power means it doesn't hit a lot of damage. So Cyanide now using that dredge line to pull himself to safety once more. And yeah, chat going a bit crazy. Shushe is doing well, controlling the game. Not giving away too many deaths. So how far behind on the stream are you?
I'm at 1552, so actually just the fight that you were describing just is happening as we speak. It is actually essentially over here, with everyone seeming to get away, except of course Shushe, who did die there, gave up his, almost legendary streak there, was 5-0, now 5-1. But yeah, it looks like, man, this game is already pretty heavily tilted in Fnatic's favor. Well,
we do have to point out as well, XPK's Galio is out-farming Alexis's Galio, by the way. 223 CS at the 17-minute mark. His counterpart in the middle, we can assume, was Mordekaiser, only on 92. Actually, let me lie. Let me maybe change that plan, because Mord is 0-5 and Jax is 5-1-1. So let's assume that Mord was top line. Oh, Lamia picks up the kill in the background with the Ashe arrow. That was immense. Mordekaiser going super, super low to the damage from XPK. And it just looks like Fnatic really having a little bit of a pub stomp at the moment. Idol of Duran gets channeled. XPK is going to be able to almost get away. Takes one last hit from Itchbob. Finally goes down. Lamia is now kiting and using those frost arrows, putting as much damage as he can. Cyanide's now moving out. Dredge line has been used. It's on cooldown for another 5 seconds. Are they going to commit to the dive? There goes the depth charge. It is up. Lamia is still chasing with those frost arrows and volleys. 15-3, 11,000 gold difference. 3 towers to 1. GG Fnatic?
Oh man, you're such a spoiler, because I was watching and it was only 13-3, but I now know that they apparently picked up these next 2 kills. So yeah, Lamia chasing down. Yeah, that's pretty close to a GG in my estimation. I mean, 12 kills certainly could come back, but this is a strong late game team as well with Galio. I love Nunu as a support. Just gives so much to your AD carry, especially in Ashe or any other auto attacker. It's a huge advantage to have that. I think it's 65 bonus speed or attack speed and like 15, 25, something along those lines, movement speed. It is crazy.
Huge numbers. Look at Lamia's build as well. Bloodthirster is currently at 40 stacks and another BF sword, and sitting on 1,500 gold. So there goes Shushe. He's dived over the wall. He's now putting some pressure down onto Swain, committing 1v3 and actually almost getting away with it. Lamia is now trying to kite, trying to put as much damage down as he can, putting some good damage onto Boomsday. One more leap strike is going to get Jax out of the danger zone for a small period of time. Shatter almost enough to take out Phalanx, but just not enough. Knowing that Shatter's down, Shushe moves forward and incredibly ballsy. Leap strike as well as the Empower, and then just manages to walk away.
Man, knows his limits. Certainly knows his limits. I liked Nunu there also, being a target for the leaf strikes for Shushe. And man, yeah, having this a little 30 seconds later is pretty entertaining, because it was interesting when you said it. It's even almost more interesting to watch it. Almost. But certainly, that is an interesting build coming out of Ashe. I do certainly like it, but I think it only really works when you have a Nunu to give you that extra attack speed, because otherwise you really want to get the attack speed items for Ashe, generally Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer. But if you have 65% attack speed bonus, why not go for that early Bloodthirster, especially if you have an early lead, and then go into IE. But she is going to be incredibly reliant throughout the game on that Blood Boil. That being said, I don't know how much longer this game is going to last, just because Fnatic is doing a pretty stellar job.
Look at the pressure coming in. Cyanide moving forward with that depth charge. He does put it down, knock up at his 1-2 champions. XPK uses the Idol of Duran, not able to pick up a kill, but look how low health these champions are. And they're not even considered bursty people. Shusha is just going to be able to finish this up. Cyanide pops that Titan's Wrath just enough to survive. And XPK at the 20-minute mark, sitting at 260 creep kills. That is higher than what Alexish was at the last time we casted the Dreamhack qualifiers. And I believe that's the highest 20-minute CS I have ever seen. It does need to be pointed out, about 5 or 6 minutes ago, XPK did actually go down to Dragon. He tried to solo Dragon and was taken out in the process. So he does have a death compliment to the Dragon. He's being a little bit overconfident there.
Oh man, Galio, great farmer, not good Dragon killer apparently.
And this is huge. Nautilus now jumps forward, flashes over the wall, puts a stun down. Using the tick, is the time going to be enough? No, it's not enough to pick up Mordekaiser. And I think Fnatic just maybe having a little bit of fun with this one. We are going to be following Fnatic. Let's assume they're going to be victorious here. The next team that they're going to be coming up against is Team Mega Shock from Sweden. And according to my admins, the Swedish Mega Shock team is a strong Swedish side. So hopefully this doesn't get to Fnatic's head and give them a little bit of overconfidence for the next game.
Yeah, that's a danger that pros have, but I mean everyday players have as well. I always get into games like after having a very successful game, I start over again. I'm level 1, but I still think I have my like Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster and Phantom Dancer. I still think I'm incredibly damaging, or on the other side of the coin, incredibly tanky. And then I realized, wait, I have no items. It is the next game, so
look at this.
Fnatic keeps that in mind.
Shusha gets into a fight 1 versus 4. Not only gets out of the fight, but picks up a kill against Graves. Ash Arrow comes in. Now Nunu's going to be able to get a full channel ultimate. Yeah, it chunks off Tarek's hit points to less than half. Shusha finishes off Swain. That's a double kill for him. Ignite has gone down. That is going to be him being killed. Now the Yeti's going to finish off the kill onto Mordekaiser. Up in the top lane, Cyanide tries to use a dredge line onto Boomsday, but he's just out of range. And Fnatic pick up a 1-for-4 trade. And you're going to be able to pick up this inhibitor. And where is Cyanide going? He's going for a walk. Cyanide, he wants to push Boomsday. Maybe a surrender vote's up? I don't understand. Cyanide just wanted to take some laser damage. He wanted to visit the Death Star, and he got a full chunk of it.
Oh man. Well, yeah. This is an interesting showing. Certainly Fnatic thinks they have it in the bag. Jack's picking up that Sword of the Occult, but basically 1v4ing and didn't even have any stacks on that Sword of the Occult yet. Turned out relatively well for them. They're going to be able to push down. Obviously, you're in the future, so you know whether or not they've taken this inhibitor. Looks like it's gone.
No, unfortunately, they did fall back, so they moved backwards. But, yeah, 17,000 gold at the 20-minute mark. That's close to about 800 gold per minute above their opponents. It's difficult to find faults in the Fnatic game right now. And you know what? Props to Team Metalstorm. Yes, they are getting stomped, and yes, they are struggling. But they're sticking it out. They haven't surrendered. They are still trying to fight. They are still trying to stick to this. And it's not often you get to come up against the likes of Fnatic. You know, this is a top-tier, top 8, top 10 European side. And they're getting an opportunity to play against them.
Indeed, and I guess they're going to keep on going at it, which I don't fault them for at all. I never surrender. I always think I can come back, even when it's 23-5. Although, I don't think I've ever played against the Galio that had 307 farm at 23 minutes in.
And look at the damage there. Keep a close eye on Galio there. He gets caught by 5 members of Team Metalstorm. He pops that Idol of Durand. And from, of course, all 5 members killing him from full health, the damage that it returns was huge. It almost killed Tarek. I mean, it's mental.
Whew. Oh yeah, that actually just popped up. And yeah, Tarek did almost go down. Of course, was being chased by Galio before that. But yeah, I mean, I like Metal. They're trying to take advantage here. They see if Fnatic's gonna be, running all over the place, trying to 1v5 them. They're gonna take advantage, pick up some kills, and I think that's a great idea. Is it going to be enough? Most likely not, but there's always that hope, and I commend them for it.
And I feel for Mordekaiser. He's currently sitting 1-9. You just see him getting ganked 1v4, and it's so difficult to be in a position like that where any one of the opponents can pretty much take you out or drop your hit points, and it sucks. It sucks. You can assume that there was a lot of camping maybe on Mordekaiser. Nautilus 4-3-10, Jax 10-2-2. Look at the damage that's going out at the minute. We're just going to be following these team fights for as long as we can. I like the pick on Nunu as well. Not only does he have Blood Boil to bump Ash's damage or even Jax's damage really, but he's built a Zeke's Herald. So the attack speed, the lifesteal, I mean, that benefits everybody.
Yeah, certainly, and it allows Ashe to not prioritize that attack speed early on, just get that extra damage. Certainly nice for her. Although she did get that Bloodthirster early, so Zeke's Herald not as needed for that lifesteal.
Well, what is Ashe's lifesteal at the moment then? I'm going to quickly, as soon as this fight is over, I'm just pretty much following them all the way to the Nexus. At the minute, wow, Lamia just crit after crit after crit after crit. Even in the spawning pool manages to pick up a kill. Ashe at the moment currently sitting on, where is Lamia? 38% spell vamp, 35% crit chance, and an attack damage of 305.
Where is she getting all that spell vamp? Is there like 5 Will of the Ancients here?
Sorry, I meant lifesteal. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I actually kept on looking around. I was like, wait, did Galio build a Woda? I actually thought she had spell vamp, which, I mean, obviously isn't beneficial to her too much, but, you know, that ECA.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of life back.
Exactly. XPK is being chased down by 4 champions. It does manage to close off the kill onto Taric. Well, does have flash available. Is he going to flash Isla Jerome? Maybe wait for a few more of his teammates to get up. If Jax or Nautilus can get there. And wow, the damage. There goes the Idol of Duran. This should be enough to kill Graves, and it is. Just the Idol alone with one of those air grenades removes him. Shushay jumps in, lands onto Mordekaiser's head, swings that fishing rod, and nets himself a giant metal fish. Now they've turned their attention to Swain. S493 is going to be the next victim to fall to Shushay. Triple kill for the Gragas Star, sitting on 11 stacks Sword of the Occult, 8 stacks onto Leviathan. A wild Shushay appears, and it's super effective.
Very, very effective. Man, that's not even fair. The Jax with stacked items, going in there, cleaning up duty. I mean, all melee DPS love cleaning up. Like, if a fight breaks out and they're not around and they don't lose terribly, their team doesn't lose terribly, that's like heaven for them. Just picking up those easy kills.
Well, I do think they should probably, commit just to a final fight and end this game out. It is pretty clear they're going to win. It's pretty clear the game's in the bag, so I think they've had their fun. Let's end it now, end the suffering of Team Metalstorm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Don't stack those stacking items. Just get the game over with. Go for a 5-man push. But that being said, as long as the other team wants to play against you, then it's not
That's
really
true
bad
as well.
sportsmanship.
That is true as well. Fnatic have all the time in the world to push. If they want to do it by the numbers, get Baron, get Dragon, push all of the lanes. Fair enough. That's the way you guarantee victory. So as long as there's no surrender vote on the cards, hey, maybe Metalstorm are hoping for a magical turnaround at the 40-minute mark. I do see now Shushay, he's just picked up the Magi Soul Stealer, so all 3 stacking items. It's 268 attack damage, 130 ability power, and let's see whether or not he's going to keep stacking that.
Yeah, but the other thing of note, I only really pay attention to it because you called it to attention in an earlier game, is no lifesteal on Jax. Now, that being said, of course, Zeke's Herald will give him some when Nunu's around, but no inherent just on him.
And I find it quite strange. I feel that Jax really needs it. The fact that he's got that really good damage, really good high damage that's magic and auto attack, and the fact that he jumps in and amongst the entire team. If he gets some lifesteal and some spell vamp, from the likes of a Gunblade, it keeps him in the fight longer. He's fairly tanky with just his natural stats, and the damage he puts out is great. So I don't see why you don't build it. That's my primary concern.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Although, a lot of people don't consider this, but lifesteal and spell vamp are actually defensive stats for all intents and purposes. Of course, they require offensive stats to take advantage of them, but they're only keeping you alive. They're not helping you do more damage. So if Jax's whole purpose is to do the most damage as possible, then foregoing those defensive items is not a bad way to go. Oh man, I just came upon that Galio ultimate into a Nunu ultimate. That is mean.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's just a bit uncalled for, but overkill. And you know what? Congrats to Fnatic. 29 minutes, 39 kills to 13. Really, really, really in control of that game. Well played. Well played to them. And yeah, the Shushay.
That's a lot of farm for that Galio.
Look at Felox. Look at first 3-0-22. What do you think? Support player yourself. That's a pretty impressive stat, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So, guys, that is the next game. So we're going to be putting some music up in the background. Once again, shameless bump. Facebook.com/intolol and Facebook.com/GGChronicle. It keeps us here. It keeps us casting. So please go share some likes, throw some love our way.